Hidden costs of Sun City Shadow Hills. I had a client call me last month, 6 months after closing, running about $800 a month over budget. They knew the mortgage, they knew the HOA. What they didn't know were the Sun City Shadow Hills math, the utilities, the golf, the property taxes, all of it stacked together. So that's what we're going to do today. We're walking through every ongoing cost at Sun City Shadow Hills, and then run those numbers against Sun City Palm Desert and Del Webb Rancho Mirage. Grab a notepad because this is the math you need before you ever write an offer. Hi, if you're new here, I'm Neil, your local living in Palm Springs realtor, and I make videos all about living here in the Palm Springs area. And we help people just like you make the move to the Palm Springs area every day. Sun City Shadow Hills is a great community. I've sold lots of homes there, and my clients really love it. The clubhouses, the pools, the mountain views, all of it. But I want them to love it 6 months after closing, not just on move-in day. Most listing sheets only show the big obvious numbers, not what the actual costs are once you're living there. So we're going through the HOA, the utilities, the golf, the maintenance, and the taxes, and then compare those numbers to Sun City Palm Desert and Del Webb Rancho Mirage. Let's start with the number that everyone asks about first. The HOA at Sun City Shadow Hills is currently approved at $398 a month. That's the official number as of this recording. So don't trust a listing that still shows $346 or $369 because those are old numbers. These dues are reviewed annually, so always verify the current rate before you actually make an offer. And here's something worth knowing about that $398. Right now, about $81.52 of it goes straight into reserves. That's actually a really good sign. It means the community is funding its long-term maintenance property, and they're not kicking the can down the road until a special assessment blindsides everyone. For that money, you get a lot. 2 clubhouses, the Montecito and Santa Rosa. Montecito hosts the Grand Ballroom, the restaurants, and the big events. Santa Rosa has its own fitness center, an indoor walking track, and a bistro. Between them, you've got 3 pools, 2 fitness centers, pickleball, tennis, bocce, billiards, and a library, over 30 social clubs, walking paths, dog parks, and 24-hour gated security. High-speed internet is also included, which saves you about $50 to $100 a month compared to buying it separately. Compare that to a gym membership, pool, and internet outside the gates, and the HOA does look like a solid deal. But the $398 covers the infrastructure. Gates, pools, gym, internet, golf, dining, events, specialty classes, all of those are a la carte. For comparison, Sun City Palm Desert is running a $417 a month HOA as of this recording, so Sun City Shadow Hills is cheaper on the HOA side right now. Del Webb Rancho Mirage runs $337 to $450 depending on your location in the community, again as of this recording. All 3 communities review dues annually, so these numbers will shift over time. But Sun City Shadow Hills is sitting right in the middle of the pack, and you get a lot for what you pay. The IID advantage. Now, this is where Sun City Shadow Hills has a genuine edge, and a lot of buyers don't even know it exists. Because the community is in Indio, your electricity comes from the Imperial Irrigation District, or IID, and IID is significantly cheaper than Southern California Edison. SCE's average residential rate is sitting right around 34.5 cents per kilowatt hour right now as of this recording, and that number tends to climb every year. IID rates fluctuate too, but they consistently run meaningfully lower than Southern California Edison, and the savings are real, especially in July and August when your air conditioning is working overtime. Clients have told me that their summer electric bills have dropped hundreds of dollars below their old SCC homes. One client told me that her July bill fell almost $200 a month for a similar house. And if you're thinking about solar, a lot of Sun City Shadow Hills homes already have panels installed from previous owners. And that can drop your bill even more. But make sure you know if the system is leased, purchased, or on a power purchase agreement. I've seen buyers caught off guard by a solar lease that they didn't know existed. The funny thing is that Sun City Palm Desert also gets the same IID advantage because it's also in the IID service area. So this isn't a unique situation just for Sun City Shadow Hills. But Del Webb Rancho Mirage is in Rancho Mirage, and Rancho Mirage is in Southern California Edison territory. They do use the Rancho Mirage Energy Authority, which is a local program that shaves a small percentage off the standard SCE generation bill. It's a slight improvement, but it's still nowhere near the deep savings you get with IID in Indio or Palm Desert. And that does matter a lot when you're running the AC 10 hours a day in the middle of a desert summer. One thing worth noting, both Sun City Shadow Hills and Palm Desert bundle high-speed internet and cable into that monthly HOA fee. That's a hidden savings of roughly about $100 a month compared to buying it separately. And it's a tie between the two communities on that front. The bottom line is, if you're coming from an SCC area like Orange County or LA, your first IID bill in Indio might actually make you smile. And in the desert, that's a rare thing in August. But the biggest lifestyle cost that most people underestimate isn't utilities, it's golf. Okay, if you're a golfer, pull up a chair because this is where a lot of people underestimate their budget. Sun City Shadow Hills has two courses, an 18-hole championship South course and a par 3 North course. Both are beautiful, both are well maintained, and both are designed by Schmidt Curley. Neither is included in your HOA. The golf club offers a resident loyalty program. A single resident trail fee runs $360 a year. You should verify this with your local club directly because Troon reviews pricing regularly. So for a couple, it's $485. And then there's the player's card, $99 for dual course access or $39 for the North course only. That card gets you resident rates when you play. Current resident rates put the North course at $38 for 18 holes. Troon uses dynamic pricing, so that's your baseline. It moves up based on demand and the time of day. So check the app before you book. Guest rates are around $40 and walk-up public rates run between $40 and $50 depending on the day and whether you want a cart. Confirm current pricing before you budget around any of these numbers. Here's some quick math. Play twice a week, that's roughly $3,200 to $4,000 a year on top of your HOA. So if you're out there 4 to 5 times a week, you're looking at $6,000 or more. And that's before range balls, lessons, or a new set of clubs because you've convinced yourself that the old ones were the problem. Sun City Palm Desert takes a different approach. They claim that golfers who average 50 rounds a season pay about $1,000 less per year than at other local communities with no initiation fee. So if golf is a big part of your retirement plan, Palm Desert Sun City might actually be the better value over time. I say that as someone who still doesn't understand why people chase a little white ball around the desert, but I've been out here long enough to know it matters. And I've also been out here long enough to know that golf is not in my future. The extras nobody mentions. And we still haven't talked about the stuff that hits you after you've lived here a few months. First, the pool. Buy a home with a private pool and weekly service in the Coachella Valley runs between $100 and $150 a month as of this recording. Now that's just a basic cleaning, chemicals, and filter checks. If your pump goes out or you need an acid wash, well now that's extra. In the desert heat, equipment wears out faster than you might think. And then there's the yard. Even desert landscaping needs tending. Palms, irrigation, wind cleanup. You should budget between $100 and $200 a month for the gardener, depending on the lot size. Property taxes are another line item that buyers forget to factor in. Riverside County starts at about 1.25% of your assessed value, but then you need to add your local bonds and assessments. The thing about Sun City Shadow Hills is this: it's in Indio. And while Sun City Shadow Hills doesn't carry the heavy Mello-Roos that you see in some newer Indio developments, you still need to watch out for landscape and lighting assessment districts that can vary by home, and they can add an extra layer of charges. Not every home has them, but some do, so pull the actual tax bill on any property that you're serious about making an offer on. Stack that against Sun City Palm Desert, which sits on unincorporated Riverside County land. Their own website puts it plain as day. No Mello-Roos, no community facilities, no district fees, no additional city taxes. Their effective tax rate is running currently about 1.1% of the assessed value as of this recording. Sun City Shadow Hills buyers in Indio often are closer to 1.25% once you layer in those lighting and landscape assessments. And those district fees can also change. On a $600,000 home at those rates, that's roughly $900 a year in extra taxes compared to Palm Desert. Now that's a number most buyers never see until after they close. You may also want to watch for one-time transfer fees or initiation fees on resale. Some communities charge them and some don't, and the rules do change. So ask your local real estate agent to verify what's current before you get too far down the road. And one more thing that nobody puts on a spreadsheet: the restaurant and social spending. The Sun City Shadow Hills restaurant is right there in the community. The events, the wine tastings, the holiday parties, they're convenient, they're fun, but they add up. And I'm not saying don't enjoy them, I'm just saying budget for them, because a $30 dinner twice a week turns into real money over an entire year. So now that we've walked through every line item, let's put it all together and see how Sun City Shadow Hills stacks up against the other two big 55-plus communities in the valley. The head-to-head comparison. Here we go. Here's how to think about the choice, not just the numbers. If you don't play much golf, don't have a private pool, and you find a home without extra landscape and lighting assessments, then Sun City Shadow Hills is probably your best overall value. Entry prices tend to be the lowest of the three, and the IID electric bill will surprise you in a good way. If golf is a big part of your retirement plan, Sun City Palm Desert deserves a serious look. Their HOA runs slightly higher at $417 a month, but the golf program is structured to cost less for regular players. And there's no Mello-Roos, no city taxes, and the IID electric savings are the same. Your total monthly carry could actually end up lower than Sun City Shadow Hills once you run it all out. If you want the most upscale address and the newer construction, well then Webb Rancho Mirage is the pick. But you're paying for it. Southern California Edison territory means higher summer electric bills, and Rancho Mirage is just more expensive than the other cities. The Rancho Mirage Energy Authority shaves a little off the standard SCE rates, but it's not close to the IID savings. There's no wrong answer here. There's just the answer that fits your budget and your lifestyle. That's the real math. Know your total monthly carrying cost before you fall in love with a floor plan. Be sure to download a copy of the Sun City Shadow Hills Buyer's Guide. The link is in the description below. And feel free to call me or text me with any questions that you might have. Or grab a free 15-minute Zoom call and we'll run the numbers specifically for you. Now, watch this next video all about living here in Palm Springs.